This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Carol. Carol talks for a living, from morning till night. So she relies on Flow's crystal clear home phone service brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her in the know, and because she bundles her mobile broadband and TV services, she enjoys huge savings, so she can enjoy much more for much less. So visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Thursday, April 21, and time for your Barbados Today afternoon update with the details. I'm Kmar Jordan. Thanks for joining us. We begin with the very latest on the Ellerslie School saga. The Umbrella Barbados Union of Teachers has now summoned its members to a meeting tomorrow at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. This after the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union also summoned its teachers to an emergency session at the Barbados Workers Union headquarters at Solidarity House. Topping the agenda of both meetings, which begin at 1:30 p.m., is the issue of violence in schools after the third form student at the Ellerslie School reportedly kicked and spat on her teacher a week ago. The matter remains one of heated public discussion and also is under police investigation. But child rights advocate Shelley Ross is claiming that it is the teacher and not the student who was the aggressor, and she's calling for the teacher to be reassigned.
I'm calling for her to be fired on the grounds that, one, there's little respect for her in that school. As far as I gather, I see there's little respect for her. There's going to be a lot less respect for her. Second, an adult stoops to the level to fight, to provoke a child and push a child to the point where you're going to fight with that child. You have no right in front of that child. That's my feeling. And I believe, given what I have heard, what I know, the concerns that are coming to me about this teacher, I think it is best if she was put in a ministry or something, but she should not be in front of children. She is not a good example for children.
However, BSTU President Mary Redmond says there's absolutely no evidence to support Ms. Ross's contention. On the contrary, she says the teacher is the one who suffered severe trauma and hurt. She spoke with me directly yesterday evening.
Persons should expect that in a position of responsibility that I hold, that before taking the position that I would have taken on behalf of the union, I would have done my research. And therefore, any position that I take in relation to that situation is one based on fuller knowledge that persons out there may have available to them.
So by that answer, are you saying that you're sticking by the teacher in this conflict?
Most definitely, based on information that we have received from all sides.
Ms. Redmond, there's a sense, though, from those reports that the student was not the aggressor. How do you respond to that?
I myself have not seen the article, but I don't know who exactly is making those statements.
In other news, Finance Minister Chris Sinclair says the majority of the 2014 income tax returns have been issued. That's good news. However, he's blaming ongoing cash flow challenges for the late payments.
It is based on how much money is taken in terms of revenue, and then you take out what has to be returned, and it is returned through the refund process. So that's how it works. So it is really a cash flow issue. Money coming in, money going out. If the cash flow is tight, for whatever reasons, government debt payments, government social safety net programs, certain strategic operations in society, such as transport, sanitation, and so forth and so on, then that has an influence on impact on how much money and how quickly those returns are paid out. It's not that the government has the money and is not wanting to pay it out. It is that sometimes you may have tightness in the cash flow, and therefore you have to look at the priority issues or rank things in terms of order of priority.
Mr. Sinclair says in total, the Barbados Revenue Authority paid out $170 million between April last year and February this year, most of which, he says, took the form of income tax refunds.
Our goal was to try by the end of March to have had substantially most of the 2014 it would be paid. I believe that we have reached critical mass where that is concerned. There are some that still to be paid. The reverse tax credits are being paid as well. Not everybody is going to get, because once you make that statement, you say buy and get money. It doesn't mean that every single person will get bottled, but the fact that the payments are continuing, they will get.
Well, she's been creating history all over the world, and earlier this week, Barbadian superstar Rihanna surpassed the Beatles on the Hot 100 charts. Her accomplishments have not been lost on the Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Sir Hilary Beckles, who believes Rihanna deserves to be given greater recognition. Sir Hilary, who is the co-editor of the Barbados World Girl in Global Popular Culture, along with Associate English Professor of Florida International University, Dr. Heather Russell, says the Bajan songstress should therefore be considered for an honorary doctorate from the university.
I would be very disappointed in the university if in short time Rihanna was not well positioned to receive an honorary degree from this university. I would be disappointed in my colleagues if they were not to do the right thing in short time.
Sir Hilary was speaking at last night's launch of the book, which comprises a number of essays on the significance of Rihanna. So I guess we'll have to call her Dr. Riri, Dr. Rihanna. We look forward to hearing more on that.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Your first friend, your first love, your first teacher. Show your appreciation for the first lady in your life. Send a photo of you and your mother to We Love You Mom at barbadostoday.bb to be featured in our special Mother's Day photo album and for a chance to win some exciting prizes.
To Mom with love.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In news now from the region, a new form of bullying in schools rears its ugly head in Trinidad and Tobago. A joint select committee of Parliament has been examining the issue of school violence and bullying. It was heard just yesterday that students were now taxing other students. The details now in this TV6 news report.
Students who come from different homes, right? They usually come to school just to tax, just definitely to tax. They don't go to classes. They just sit outside. That's what they do.
Ashagona South Secondary School student as she spoke before a joint select committee of the Parliament examining school violence and bullying. The committee learned that the taxation being practiced by some secondary school students is a form of bullying that can involve the use of obscenities and shoving.
The children does not always, walk up to a younger student and, threaten them to give them their money. Some of them, they would just push the hand in your pocket and just pull out your money and walk away with it.
The committee's chairman said a solution must be found.
No one should have the authority to tax, I tell you, except the Minister of Finance in Trinidad and Tobago.
On the international front, the death toll in an explosion at a Mexican oil plant now stands at 13, and officials say that number is likely to rise. The blast hit a state facility in the southern city of Coatzacoalcos. The cause of the explosion is unclear. More than 100 people were injured and thousands more had to leave their homes. And finally, it's time to say happy birthday, Your Majesty. The Queen is celebrating today her 90th birthday, and crowds of cheering people lined the streets of Windsor as the monarch took part in the walkabout today. Royal gun salutes were also heard in each of the UK's capital cities. Here now is a look at some of the celebrations via the BBC. And on that celebratory note, we end our afternoon update, but there's more in store on our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper or email updates, or better yet, you can like us on Facebook. We also, if you're moving about Barbados Today on Izumi Media in a bus terminal, or screenplay in a supermarket or a gas station near you. Also tune in to Flow TV, that's channel 99, or Mix 96.9 FM. Also, remember to shout out our friends at Capital 99.3 FM. I'm Kamar Jordan. Have a fabulous afternoon, and we'll see you again later on today.